Good morning.
What makes it a good morning?
Well, we have been doing this Project Park Bench,
Yes, we have.
which is something that you and I have talked about doing for ages, for as long as I can remember, as long as Mastering Alchemy happened. And we're finally doing it, and we're meeting once a month with anyone who wants to join us for a free meditation and energy work. And we've gotten a really good response. I don't think I've told you this yet. And one of the things that people are saying is they're having an enjoyable moment when they're doing this work.
Yeah.
Not just on the webinar, but when they take it into their life and sit on the park bench, they're having an enjoyable moment.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what makes part of this fun is there's thousands of people participating in this. So that's kind of exciting just all by itself. So what makes an enjoyable moment? You know, just not being funny, what makes an enjoyable moment? Because I watch, even in my life, I miss moments because I'm in motion. And when I watch people are in motion. And as we've been talking about over the last months, people are caught up in the I'm not okay because unconscious, this is my life. But it's interesting, how many times do you experience enjoyable moments? Now, some of those are accidental. You know, you just accidentally have one and you laugh. But how many of them do you intentionally create and then savor? So that's one of the things that I watch often with myself and with people. And somebody asked me not so long ago this question, well, how do you seem to have so much fun, or you seem to be happy, or you seem to be very present? And they asked the question from numbers of different ways. So what's your question? Is that your question? How do we create these enjoyable moments?
What I found interesting is that they use that phrase, enjoyable moment, and that's the same phrase that we came up with a year ago or something.
Yeah.
And we came up with it because we wanted more of those in our lives.
Yeah.
And so you said intentional and also accidental. And I think for me, when I create an intentional, enjoyable moment with you, that it's it brings more.
Accidental enjoyable moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like intentionally doing it opens the door for accidental ones to come in. And when the accidental ones come in, I say, I had an enjoyable moment.
Yeah.
And what I'm noticing is that creates more.
Well, we did that the other night. We were out at a restaurant and something happened at a table and the people next door laughed and we started to get into a conversation, and that led to all kinds of things, and we spent 2 hours laughing with these people.
Yeah.
And it could have been something where the event happened and they noticed it and we could have said nothing and that nothing would have happened.
Yep.
And because you made a joke about the circumstance and I laughed and they laughed, and then we engaged with them and said, well, we do these silly things often. All of a sudden we had conversation.
Yeah.
And the conversation went on, and they were really fun people. So
here's a recent enjoyable moment, and I don't think I've told you this. When I went to the grocery store, and just behind my rows, minding my own business, and this woman walks by with a dog on a leash, and it's one of these little, like a Chihuahua or something, one of these little
dogs.
One of these little yappy dogs. And the dog has all four legs straight out, and she's just dragging it down the aisle. And it's on its belly, and she's just dragging this dog down the aisle. And I stop and I start laughing, and there's another woman next to me, and we're both watching this, and we're just laughing and laughing. And I said, as I walked away, I said, that was an enjoyable moment.
Yeah. So what makes an enjoyable moment?
Yeah, good question.
And well, I think I have an answer. because it's actually something we've been talking about a lot of times. So it's present time. You know, first you're in present time. You're not in motion on your day and up the aisle to buy your 2 gallons of ice cream, which is I know what you did, and you missed the dog.
Right.
And how many times do we miss the dog? Type of things. So, but let's talk about the intentional creating those moments, because there's really something, we've talked about this before, and one of the aspects of it is time and space are one thing. They're not two things. And time and space move through you. You don't move through time and space. Now, if you just stop and allow that to be a possibility or a consideration, you create an intention and you're in present time. And if you think about it, every time you get excited about something or you're going to do something, you hold your attention on it. Now you could say, well, it's out here at 4 o'clock in my day and I'm moving through my day to that point. But in real terms, you say often, I want to have this happen at 4 o'clock. And as we're moving towards it, we get sidetracked to all kinds of things and we miss it at 4 o'clock. But if you say, I'm in present time and I'm drawing this to me, and you basically allow yourself to hold your attention on it, and that's what you actually do, it comes to you. Time and space move through you. So I'm saying that just as a kind of saying it out loud again. But if you are really wanting to create some interesting things, little things, and you hold your attention on them in terms of it's coming to me rather than I'm going to it, just that change in concept begins to have a lot of things happen. If at that point you can validate yourself, it's like, oh wow, I thought this up this morning and here it is, it's arrived. Enjoyable moments happen from that space.
And I think time and space moving through you and enjoyable moments, like you said, only happen when we're in present time.
Yeah, so I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and what happened? There it is. And if you're in present time, there it is. It's
Right.
like, oh wow, this just happened.
Yeah.
So enjoyable moment.
Yeah.
Present time. So it's a different structure. You know, we talk about this from 50 different ways, but it's a different structure if you begin to recognize, in a way, how has my life worked for me to this point? And you realize you've been going to, and you believe you are moving through time and space. Not that anybody thinks about that. But if you shift the concept to, I'm right here and everything comes to me. So if that was to be the case, what would you like? How would you like? And so I want a sharp stick in the eye. I want to fall off a cliff. I want to get hit by a car. Probably not. I would like an enjoyable moment.
Yeah.
But see, you can't even think about enjoyable moments when you're passing through
Yes.
time and too busy to pay attention.
I think I also flashed on something that to have an accidental enjoyable moment, not only do you have to be in present time, I think there's a level of synchronicity. So if I had been 30 seconds, 10 seconds earlier or later, I would not have been at that aisle when that dog was getting dragged down the aisle.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a level of magic or synchronicity and being in present time.
Sure. And you know, over the last 6 months, we've been constantly paying attention to, we've said, what do we want in our life?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we made that as a real conscious, we've just moved, we are in a temporary place in the way to a permanent forever place that we're creating. What do you want it to look like? And if I think about it, we've had lots of very funny, accidental, synchronistic moments in time. I could tell the story about the other day when you, well, I better not tell that story, you know. So, but yeah, that this space, this, see, I'm going to say it again. I've been saying it almost every one of these sessions. We are in a different configuration of time and space, if you would, but simply everything, the opportunities are so huge by just simply being in present time and looking for the enjoyable moment, in simple terms. It's all coming. And what's happening in those enjoyable moments, you're having ahas, but in that moment, you start to begin to draw to you more of that magical aha. And if you can just allow it, it will keep coming to you because it's very magnetic in that field of love. And so it's there. It's who you are. It's your natural state of being that we argue against in linear time, and you don't understand my problem is.
Yeah.
And so, this time of the year is a good time to just step back and think about what is it that I would like and how could I create an enjoyable moment. And I think you'll find some magic that comes with this season. So maybe we should go have something to eat. Enjoyable moment.
Enjoyable moment for breakfast.
Okay, sounds good to me. Enjoy.